Well, hi there, and welcome to another episode of Hey, What's Next? Well, if you weren't aware, cassette tapes have actually been increasing in sales recently. Thanks to artists like Taylor Swift and movie soundtracks like Guardians of the Galaxy, cassette tapes are very popular. Not as much as vinyl, but it's getting up there. But what if you have a cassette and you don't have anything to play it on? Well, there's this. This is the JL101 Auto Reverse Stereo Cassette Deck I found on Amazon for about $35. Is it any good? It's got a secret up its sleeve. We're gonna find out because this is what's next. So here it is, the stereo cassette player JL101. According to the Amazon description, it's a Walkman with auto reverse and it's clear stereo cassette player. One of the cool things about this one is it has copper flywheels. So does this make it any better than the other inexpensive stereo cassette players that are out there? I don't know. Let's unbox and let's find out. So as you can see, it is a cassette to MP3 converter. This is the back of the box here. You can see, at least right here, we have the copper flywheels. There's the model number that it has there, or at least serial number. So yeah, let's take a look. Made in China. Obviously, presentation, fairly basic. We have the items that come with it. This is our USB-C to USB-A. We have some headphones. We have the cassette deck. We have a carrying pouch, manual, and CD, which probably has Audacity. So let's get rid of the box here. And let's take a look at the cassette deck. So we got, let's see, take this out. For a lot of the cassette players that convert to MP3, they have this mechanism where it opens up like this. Your battery door is right here. There is the playhead, and we'll look at that real quick. If you can see the model number, can barely make it out with the plastic top. So you can see this is auto reverse. There's our motor. Let's take a look at the back. And then there is the copper flywheels. Now I will be honest, this is the second unit that I got. The first unit did not perform as expected, so I did an exchange, and this one works much better. The one thing I noticed about the other one is that the belts here were twisted. Now I could have taken it apart, but I wanted to show you all, this should be the out-of-box experience. Obviously they have some sort of issue with their quality control, but this one I think performs a lot better. So yes, I have already taken this out of the box. Let's look at the side here. We have our headphone jack, USB-C connection, our volume, and then on here we have stop. Let me turn this around. We have stop, rewind, fast forward, and then this is your auto reverse controls, so you can either have it continuous or just flip it once, play A and B and then stop, your direction button, and your play controls. So let's take a look at the copper mechanism. So there you can see it has, the motor has copper, this wheel and these two here. So before we get too far into testing the device, let's take a look at some of the accessories that we got. So again, this is our USB-C to USB-A. Here is the headphones. I have not tested these. I have another set of headphones that I really like, but these are the style that it comes with. And let's take a look at the book. So we have a 3-inch CD with a nice little panda. So again, that probably has Audacity in it, but right now I don't have a CD player that can play that, so much for that. Tape to MP3 converter user manual. And let's see, this is in all English. There's our Amazon card, give them good reviews and get 20 bucks, right? That's why we're doing the YouTube video. These are my thoughts. So let's get some batteries in this, and we'll give it a listen here. All right, batteries are now installed, as you can see down here. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to do a quick test of some audio coming from this, and then we're going to take a look at the wow and flutter. So we have this plastic covering here that comes right off, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in our first cassette. I'm going to try a little bit of Sinead O'Connor, and then we're just going to try some other ones, and we're going to use the ambient audio from these two speakers, and then see what you think about the audio that we get from this device, which was about $35. And does the copper flywheels make any improvement?
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I thought that nothing would change me.
So here we're showing the video of what I captured straight from the YouTube 3 kilohertz frequency. You can see that the peak on it is pretty flat. The line is flat. Our wow and flutter is pretty minimal to non-existent. So the next sequence is going to be with my Radio Shack deck. And as you can tell, the frequency is pretty close, but now we're getting some serious wow and flutter. We're at 1%, so we're hovering at about 2.5, maybe upwards to 0.3 on the wow and flutter. So obviously this tape that I used was already kind of corrupted, but at least from a frequency standpoint, we could see that once we switch to the portable deck, you're going to notice that the frequency range on the back has gone up, which means that the speed is a little faster than what it should be. The wow and flutter is still about the same, so it's replicating that pretty good. But in a future video, hopefully we'll get a test tone tape that was recorded decently, and then that way we can use that for, you know, devices like this and upcoming ones for our audio test. So there's a couple things that you need to know about cassette decks that maybe you're not aware of. One of the things is the ability to adjust speed control and also to change the tape head's azimuth, or how it lines up with the tape. One of the things that you're going to notice on the back, and I'm going to zoom in as best as I can. So give me, let me prop that open, and we're going to zoom in. So you can see there is that hole right there. That hole, there's a screw that's right underneath of it, which you may or may not be able to make out, especially with the lighting that we have. And that screw allows you to adjust the speed of the motor, either by speeding it up or slowing it down. So in the example of the tape playing the 3 kilohertz a little too fast, using a small screwdriver, which I'll show you in a moment, can adjust that speed. Several of the comments on the Amazon listing is that the tape speed was wrong. Many of those individuals probably liked the cassette deck. I mean, overall, the reviews have been pretty high, but the downside has been the speed. But by adjusting that pot, so let's take a look at how we do that. So using a small screwdriver like this, we can go ahead and it'll go into the hole, and you kind of line it up with the screw, and you can turn it either to the left or to the right. Offhand, I don't remember which way is which for speeding it up and slowing it down, but you could be playing a tape using your headphones or speakers to hear the pitch difference. Now, what about the azimuth? So on the front side of the cassette, you're going to notice, if I go ahead and I press play, that screw there with the red mark is the ability to raise and lower the head so that you could get the tape head to play your audio at the optimum quality. This tape deck, I didn't really have to do that. Now, the one prior, before I returned it, was definitely muffled. This one was pretty much spot on. So let's take a look at the auto reverse mechanism. So if we click the button, you can see that it does reverse back. And right now I currently have it on just repeat once. Now where I said that it doesn't do auto stop, that's incorrect. It will auto stop if you have it just repeat, play side A and side B, and it should just auto stop here. Let's take a look at the mechanism on the back. If we go ahead and click the button, and now it'll play back, and it'll come to the end, and it should stop. All right, so now we have the cassette deck is connected. One advantage, I have the batteries taken out, that this cassette deck will play through the USB, so batteries are not required for this. If we happen to look at the record settings, the device is set up as a Microsoft Sound Mapper input. Go ahead and record. Okay, there's the recording. We'll go back here and we will play it. So, what are my thoughts on this portable stereo cassette player JL101 with the copper flywheels? By no means is it perfect. Overall, I've had issues with it. Sometimes the auto reverse mechanism decides not to work the way it should. It's plasticky. But that being said, of the cassette decks that I have currently, this is definitely one of the better ones. And I'm hoping that sometime in the near future, we will look at least the Fiio, if not also the We Are Rewind, to just see what they're like. In a future episode, I hope to get to the Sony Walkman that I have. And this one here, the motor on it is a little loud. So hopefully we'll look at that, tear this thing apart, and then get this working, because again, the sound quality on this is definitely better than this device here. Well, that's my look at the JL101 stereo auto reverse cassette mechanism with the MP3 capabilities. I hope you liked today's video. If you can, click the thumb up button below. If you have any comments about this or any other cassette mechanism you may have purchased recently, leave those down below. And if you want me to show up in your feed in a future video, go ahead and click the subscribe button. That's also down below. Again, thank you for taking time to watch my video today and maybe checking out some of the other videos in my channel, which will be either here or here. Until next time, we'll see you again on Hey, What's Next?